We're here at ARC World Forum in Orlando, Florida. I'm pleased to welcome Editor Emeritus of SupplyChainBrain, Jean Murphy.
Hello. Today I'm speaking with Sidney Hawthorne, Executive Director of the Resources Group at Accenture. Welcome, Sidney.
Thank you, Jean.
Give us some idea of what some of the things you are seeing on and that Accenture is focusing on in the various industry segments that you work with.
Yeah, talking a little bit of a supply chain, Accenture has been working for many years with management consulting for supply chain, and it's a very special focus on technology enablement. Like the whole supply chain, if you want to talk the breadth of supply chain, down from procurement all the way to the customers. And again, like technology is really an important piece of that.
And what are you finding, as you look into these companies and work with your clients, what are some of the trends that stand out?
To mention a few, first one is technology for core operations, business integration or verticalization, as we say, and asset management optimization. I'll get back to the first one, which is my point of view, one of the most critical ones, which is information for technology for the core operations, right? Like on the current marketplace, high demand from emerging markets, high commodity prices, like business across the board need to respond faster and with accurate responses to the market, right? And by enabling the core operations, we've been seeing that very strongly, that businesses are operating at a different level of performance.
So when you say core operations, you obviously mean their manufacturing functions, if they're a manufacturer?
Yes. So we're talking about production, quality, logistics. This is what I mean by core operations.
And I believe you mentioned two other things?
I mentioned the business vertical integration and the asset management optimization.
Can you give us an example of how this works within companies, the core operations? Yeah,
I'll talk a little bit of a client that we've been working for a few years now. This is a global diversified mining company, and we've been helping them like since the first wave of technology enablement for business, which is the ERP wave, like I would say like for the last 10 years or so, companies are following that. But once that company had the ERP matured, like it became very evident that the next level should be reached. So operations were like struggling on providing the information that was needed to the ERP, and that's when we started to help them, right? So to be more specific, a set of initiatives around automation and control of their operations were started. So we start to implement all these initiatives. And then this second level of information right underneath the ERP, which we call Manufacturing Execution Systems, or MES, we also started. So we had the three layers of technology being put in place: ERP, MES, and automation and control for the operations.
And tell us a little bit about how these subcategories work. What do they actually do to help a company improve its operations?
Talking a little bit about the combination of MES and automation, right? So what we're really providing there is the information flow, right? So ERP working at the managerial level, you need information to take decision at the management level. But the operations need information to be able to actually produce correctly, understand where their inventory is, understand the quality of that inventory, be able to like schedule and operate as needed to reach the market, right? So the set of tools and technologies is put in place so that can enable the operations to work correctly.
And when these are in place at a company, what are the key benefits?
It's getting back to the example of this mining company. We developed and implemented with them a full breadth solution from the mine all the way to the client, going through processing plants and railways. And one of the key benefits of that is because they have information, they're able to take decisions faster. And as a business result, they're increasing their throughput, they're reducing their operational costs, so operating at a better level of performance. So getting back to the example, the true benefits out of that is direct bottom line impact. And why is that? If you take, as an example, like a mid-size mining plant producing around 30 million tons a year, like if you miss one day or if you gain one day of production, we're talking about a few $1 million.
And how difficult is it, or not difficult is it, to implement these solutions? Is it a big thing like doing an ERP implementation, or less so?
ERP covers, I would say, like more functions, like in breadth, but MES and automation covers deeper levels of the operation. So in terms of complexity, I would say it's like similar complexity with a smaller breadth, but it's also as important and as critical to the business as ERP is.
And are companies finding it easy to justify these investments? Is there a good ROI?
The ROI is very good, as I mentioned, like direct bottom line impact, because we're talking about more production in a sold market with high commodity prices. That's direct money to the result. So it is very justifiable, very material.
I believe you've also done some work with port operations. Can you tell us about that?
Specifically on this client, as I mentioned, we went all the way from mine to the port. So specific solutions for the port was put in place, both for automation and control. So like all the equipment and machinery is working on the ports automated, collecting information, sending it back to the rest of the supply chain so that you can have a fully integrated scheduling and execution.
So when Accenture works with its clients, what level of operational activities, how far down do you go working with them?
Like, as we've foreseen this trend coming for a few years now, we have prepared ourselves to be able to serve our clients with that type of service. So we invested on developing our capabilities in the technology for car operations. So currently we have a large global team prepared to work with MES, and actually with experience now, and automation projects as well. So we're going all the way from the ERP level down to the automation level, going through MES.
All right. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
I've been speaking with Sidney Hawthorne of Accenture. Thank you for watching.